right, in this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to solve one-step equations. But wait a minute, before we even get started with that, I need to make sure you guys understand the terminology inverse operation. So what is an inverse operation? Basically, whenever you're given an equation, you're always going to have a variable there. On the side with the variable, the inverse operation of whatever is added to it or subtracted from it is going to be the opposite. For example, as you can see, x plus 9 equals 12. The opposite of adding is subtracting. So the inverse operation will be to subtract 9 on both sides. And again, I'm subtracting the 9 because that's on the same side as the x. All right, let's look at the next example. What's the inverse operation of x minus 3 equals 12? Well, since I'm subtracting 3 from the x, I'm going to add 3 on both sides. So the inverse operation is to add 3. Look at this next example. Now you see, x is over here on the right side. So what will be the inverse operation of x minus 11? Yep, you're going to add 11 to both sides. And again, I didn't mess with the 6 because that doesn't have the variable on that side. So let's look at the last example. It says 18 equals 7 plus x. So as you can see, the 7 is over here on the same side as x. And it's positive because otherwise it would have had a negative in front of it. So the inverse operation of that positive 7 is to subtract 7. And positive is the same thing as adding. All right, now let's start solving one-step equations. The first equation says x plus 5 equals 13. What will the inverse operation be? You got it. Subtract 5 on both sides. So when you actually type it in your calculator, 13 minus 5, x will equal 8. All right, look at this next example. Z minus 4 equals negative 18. What is the inverse operation of this equation? Adding 4 to both sides. Very good, because it originally was subtracted. So in your calculator, when you do negative 18 plus 4, it equals negative 14. All right, looking at these last two examples. 19 plus p equals 28. What will be the inverse operation? Well, look, you see how the 19 is on the same side as the p? And it's positive? Opposite of positive is negative, right? So we're going to subtract 19 on both sides. And 28 minus 19 equals 9. And the last example, negative 12 plus x equals 20. What is the inverse operation of this equation? You see how the negative 12 is on the same side as the variable x? Well, the opposite of negative 12 is what? Yep, positive 12. So we're going to be adding 12 to both sides of the equation. And 20 plus 12 is 22. And that's it.